Sacramento alternative independent street theater, we're going to do a little play for you called City Hall about your city council and a day in the life of a homeless woman.
I am Peter J. Deverin, CEO of the mighty and all-powerful Turner Construction Corporation, which built the mighty arena. Look upon me and tremble. If there were more lower-end housing, that would bring down the price of all housing, construction, and building development. Some people must go homeless because that creates strong market demand in housing and construction. We demand higher prices and greater profits.
We suffer for your profits.
There's money to be made. Clear these people away.
Overly generous homeless programs simply enable people who have made lifestyle choices.
What do you know of the conditions which make people homeless? Let us work with you to find solutions to our predicament.
The task force on the homeless is actually a committee of council members. There is no place for homeless advocates on the committee.
How long must we wait for your task force to come up with solutions to our problems? What about our right to sleep and rest?
The police will continue to enforce the city's no camping law.
But why?
We can't allow people to camp in alleyways, to urinate, defecate wherever they want.
How does people's right to sleep have to do with, what does one have to do with the other? As one bright young citizen of this city once said, why don't we work together on solutions for honoring people's human dignity and letting them sleep? What's going to make the difference is whether or not we have public restrooms, and right now we don't.
It is an important dialogue to have, and they are bringing attention to it. The ordinance is not meant to punish, but to lend a hand. It's a dangerous slope for society to accept that no matter how cold it is, how hot it is, that you could just sleep outside and we would turn the other cheek and not walk by. The ordinance is not about turning the other cheek, but rather about legalizing camping would make it difficult for the city to reach out to those who need it.
That is nonsense. How does it make it difficult for the city to reach out? How do you reach out to us now? By arresting us? I need a place to stay. I've been living outside, out on the street, and I'm not safe there. It gets cold at night, and I don't even have a blanket. People have been taking things from me. It just keeps happening. Wherever I go, I'm afraid.
Stop.
It's not
Wait.
safe for me out there.
Stop. We can't let you in here. This is a shelter for men. You certainly won't be safe here. You need to find a place in a women's shelter.
I've been to the women's shelter, of course. There are no spaces there. There are many more spots for men.
Well, of course, if you just look around, you can see that there's a lot more men who are homeless.
That's just not true. You need to look closer, much closer.
I'd rather not.
Women have to do whatever we can to hide. When we have no roof over our heads, we have to become invisible. We are the invisible homeless, mostly out of sight, mostly out of mind.
But even so,
I know a woman who spent a month in a storage unit. Can you imagine? I mean, the lock in the door was broken so she could get out, but there she was, hiding amongst her boxes till they found her.
a lot of desperate and despairing men come here and hang around here. When men are broken down the way some of them are, a few of them are using or abusing one thing or another.
I know all about it.
The way some people can behave can be pretty awful. It can be dangerous. Our volunteer staff have a hard enough time. You can't stay here. You won't be safe here. You need to go someplace else. Hi, I usually work at the men's shelter, but they asked me to fill in here to do anything.
I need a place to stay. My parents have pretty much turned their backs on me.
Why? Were they breaking the law?
They pretty much threw me out of the house. No, that's not why. I needed to change myself physically, you might say. I I need to be more what I know I am, so I'm transitioning.
Huh?
My family doesn't accept me for the gender that I know myself to be.
That could be a problem here. Do you still have, do you have to have surgery?
What kind of a question is that? It's none of your business. Why?
Then technically, we don't see you as male. I mean, physically, we have rules here. Physically, we count you as male.
Come on. I've been on hormones for several months now. Look at me. What am I?
You can't come in here. You need to go someplace else.
So it's still like this then? Where do I go? What's going to happen to me now?
Hey, girl. You're out here on your own, are you?
No, I have a big, strong boyfriend. He protects me. He gets insanely jealous, so you better get away from me or he'll come back and break your legs.
Doesn't scare me. I like a good fight. Where is he?
Okay, he's just going to the bathroom. Okay, I know there's not a bathroom here, but he's right over there in that alley. He'll be back any minute, so you better get away right now.
Yeah, well, let's just go look in that alley then.
No, he gets really angry if you invade his privacy while he's relieving himself.
Come on.
Okay, no, stop! Baby, come quick! This strange man is being inappropriately familiar with me. You better get away. He'll be back any minute. Save yourself while you can. You know, compared to some of the other horrible, nasty creeps who threaten and harass me everywhere I go, you're not such a bad, horrible, nasty creep. So I'd hate to see you pummeled to death by my big, violent boyfriends.
Look, you're not fooling anyone. You're alone. And out here you don't have a chance if you don't have someone to protect you. I'll protect you.
You will protect me from you.
Well, you gotta give me what I want.
Every time some man says he's gonna protect me, he ends up getting abusive, violent, and controlling. It's hardly any better than what he's trying to protect me from.
That's the truth you have.
Come on, no! This isn't right. This is wrong.
Right and wrong have nothing to do with it. This is the way things are.
Who made you this way?
The world I live in made me this way. Pay real attention to what's going on, and what do you see? You hear what they talk like in the city council? You know what the things they say actually mean, what they're really doing? Those who have power take what they want and do as they like. The big developers and business interests tell the city council what to do. The city council makes deals and passes laws so they can maintain their prosperous careers and their fine, comfortable homes. And they leave people like us out on the street.
They create the situation we live in because they're selfish and afraid for their careers.
That's right. I'm no worse than they are. They're respected and elected leaders of our community. Now come on.
No. Can you help me here? Can you help me out over here? Oh yeah, I know there's still no accessible public restrooms. We have other issues also. What about what homeless women are having to go through? We're all in the same basic situation, aren't we? What? No, it's different. Well, we don't have anywhere to sleep. There's nowhere to use the restroom. No, it's just not the same. Secure housing makes a much bigger difference for women. We're much more vulnerable. Men deal with the same stuff right here and see things all the time. We're all vulnerable on the street. It's just not the same. Women and children and adolescent kids are a lot more vulnerable out here. Secure housing makes a much bigger difference.
Yep, there's some weirdies out here.
But you don't even care because you don't have to deal with that. Well, there's only so many people working on stuff. If more people would get involved, well, maybe if we raise more issues, more people will want to get involved. We can only work on a few things at a time. Right now, we're still trying to get the anti-camping ordinance off the books because it's ruining people's lives and wasting taxpayer money. Stop it. Show some humanity.
I would just give in.
Whatever.
Look, the situation is so much more desperate for women. Even before we find ourselves homeless, we have to do almost anything to keep from getting to that point. So we end up losing everything that's important to us, including our children.
Some keep their children with them.
Yeah, and there are more and more children ending up homeless. Think about what's happening to them. We need to broaden our focus. Now let's think about what that would be.
All I'm saying is we're all out here trying to protect ourselves. I'm just as scared as you are. I'm just trying to protect you.
Yeah, but I also am trying to fend you off.
Okay,
I'm here to protect you. We're all in the same situation, basically, right?
I think so.
yeah, all in the same boat.
Well, I don't know. I think you're being a little sensitive. And this person is trying to help out.
I just think that we have very specific problems that we need to address.
So it's like we need to have a longer conversation about.
All right, you guys.
You can go.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was real talk. Real talk. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Thanks. All right.
Sorry, I got a lot of anxiety at the end there. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't fuck up.
You did great, though.
Yeah, you were awesome. I was doing this because I wanted you to be louder.
Go
I didn't even know what I was saying.
You did great. You did great.
The point being, they're not doing a very good job.
If anyone thinks that one of us could have done a better job, feel free to step in. Spec doctors are welcome.
All right. I hate to act and run, but we have a call.
3 of us have to go.
Okay.
We gotta get going. Sorry.
Okay.
Run.
Best of luck on the National Coalition call.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking some time.
Of course. I'm glad we did. That was good. Thank you for showing up, and we'll see y'all soon.
I'll see you tomorrow.
They can't see it on the phone.
Yeah, that's right.
11:30 or something.
I'll check, but I'll see you then. Yeah.